So, hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I've got a very exciting video for you all. Oh my god, I said very. I've got a really exciting video for you all. Wow, that nearly changed. I'm doing a girl talk. I'm really excited to do this. I had lots of questions and topics sent over to me via Instagram, and I used to do these all the time, and I thought, I fancy doing one. I fancy being your big sister for a little while, even though I'm not good at advice. No, I think I am good at advice. I've been through quite a lot as a girl. And again, just saying, anybody can watch this, not just a girl. It's just the name, the title of the video. It's not, you know, it's not specifically just for girls, it's for anybody. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Please do subscribe. And please comment. I miss getting comments from you guys. I get really sad. That's the thing I miss the most. Anyway, we're going to jump straight into it. First is no contact advice. So, that is hard. I am not very good at this. I have been through a situation where my ex left me and he was completely no contact for literally 2 weeks, and I was messaging him constantly. He was receiving those messages, and obviously we were meant to be on no contact, but I could not class that situation. I have known others that have got a no contact thing in place between them and they're trying not to contact them. I can't imagine how hard that is. I literally do not know what I would do. However, my best advice, if you've got a no contact rule going on, I'm presuming it's because you're having a breakup or something like that, I would say everything you want to text him or her, whoever, anything you want to text this person, write it all down in notes. I know it sounds stupid, but honestly, it just helps getting it out, and like maybe even email it to yourself. Like, just write it all down. Anything, even if you just want to message hi, put it in your notes, put hi. Because if you've got a no contact rule in place, it's for a reason, which is what I'm assuming anyway. And you don't want to break it, because if you're trying to get through a breakup, contact is the worst thing. You aren't going to ever get over a breakup with them still in your life, in your head, texting them. It's not going to happen. They've got to be completely out to get over them. I know people sometimes do stay friends, and I know there are, you know, certain circumstances where they have to be in your life, but 9 times out of 10, you need no contact or you'll never get over them. Next is talking stages. They aren't spoken about enough. So, I've actually only really been in one talking stage, and that was before my current boyfriend, Toby. We started talking in January and became girlfriend and boyfriend officially in April. I think that's quite a long talking stage. However, I'm so glad we did it, because with my other two, I didn't have a talking stage, and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it helps, don't it? Kind of gets you prepared, gets you ready. But I know, I've never had a fouled talking stage, because I never had one, and besides Toby, and obviously we're together. If we break up, I'll let you know if it fails. No, I'm joking, but I feel like most talking stages do fail, and all I have to say is, lucky it was just a talking stage. However, usually when they fail, you feel sort of a bit heartbroken, which is shite, because they weren't ever your boyfriend or girlfriend, you weren't ever officially dating, but you thought it was heading that way. My best advice for a talking stage is make sure you're actually in one, because I know so many people, like I've spoken to people where they think they're in a talking stage and the other one clearly doesn't. And I've also spoken to someone where they did not want to be in a talking stage, but the person they were speaking to really thought it was going somewhere. So my best advice is just be clear, and yeah, it might be a bit embarrassing. Oh, are we in a talking stage or what? Like, you know what I mean? Just say it kind of flirtily. Be like, are we heading somewhere? Like, no rush. Like, I don't want to pressure you. Like, I don't care, but is it in your head? Are we on the same page? And also another thing is, if you aren't on the same page, bloody tell them. It might hurt them now, but it's going to hurt them in the long run. if you're in a talking stage and stuck and don't want it to go anywhere, you have got to tell them, because it's going to hurt them. And also, don't keep sleeping with them. We then have body count. So, I mean, there was no specific question about this, just the strap topic. So I'm weird. So my body count's 3, and I've only ever slept with 3 people that I've was actually in a relationship with or about to be, if that makes sense. So all 3 have been my boyfriends. However, that's just me personally. I couldn't sleep with a random person. I just couldn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you either can or you can't. And I'm quite confident in myself, but I still don't think I could, because I'm a very giggly person. But that being said, I haven't only slept with 3 people because I'm such a Virgin Mary and I'm so, you know, put together. I just genuinely would get the giggles, so I have to know the person very, very well. But that being said, I don't judge anyone else for having a high body count. I don't. I've been told some very enormous numbers before, and I don't care. If a girl tells me, if a boy tells me, I'm not bothered. You can sleep with whoever you want, as long as you're being safe and consenting and not getting any STDs or unwanted babies and using protection. I don't care. Sleep with who you want. That being said, I am going to be honest. I wouldn't date someone with a high body count. I just wouldn't. And I know that could be very controversial. Like, if someone's telling me as a friend, don't care. Don't care, boy or girl. Tell me 100. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. But if someone I was dating, like, for example, if Toby before me had slept with, like, 15 people, I don't think I could pursue things. I don't know why. I just feel like, because of the way I am, I'd feel outnumbered, basically. I don't know, it's really weird. I can't quite explain it, but it's like, I wouldn't judge normally, but if it's someone I'm dating, I would judge. I wouldn't judge, I'd just think, not for me, not gonna work, you know? And there's nothing wrong with it, but that's just my personal opinion. I have decided that if I do sleep with anyone else after, I would like them to have, like, I wouldn't go with another virgin, basically. My first 2 were, so. It's definitely better with some experience, just letting you all know. Next we have getting your ex back advice. Well, I would not take this advice from me, because when my ex broke my heart and broke up with me, I tried to get him back for quite a while. And it didn't work. Which at the time I was very heartbroken about, but now, thank God for that. They're an ex for a reason. This is so hard because it's so circumstantial. Like, did they break up with you and are they ignoring you, or did you break up with them and they want you back? I mean, if you broke up with them and they want you back and you want them back, then that's pretty simple. Just say to them, like, hi, let's rekindle this love. But at the end of the day, if they broke up with you and they're done with you, nothing's going to change their mind. They broke up with you for a reason. They did. It's so hard. I had to deal with that, and I had always had quite high confidence in myself, and the thought that that boy didn't want to be with me anymore, the thought he didn't like me that much, he didn't want to be with me, and it's so hard because so many people go through it, boys and girls, whoever you are, everyone goes through it. Well, not everyone actually, that's a lie, but most people do go through it, and it's really, it tears you down because you think, what on earth is wrong with me? And the thing is, at the end of the day, nothing's wrong with you and nothing's wrong with them. You're just wrong together. And sometimes things aren't going to work out. Sometimes people aren't going to like you. You're not going to like everyone. It's just how life happens. And I feel like an ex is an ex for a reason. But, I mean, I know people that have broken up and got back together, like, a couple of years later. So I honestly just say there's nothing you can actively do to try. There's not. If it happens, it happens. I honestly truly believe in fate and destiny. That makes me sound so stupid, but I actually do. Like, I just think of certain people that have, like, got back together, and I just think, like, neither of them tried. at different times, but then they just ended up back together. And I feel like that is what happens. If it's not meant to be, if you're not meant to get back with an ex, it's not going to happen. Don't actively try. Seriously, don't try. It's literally pointless. I wasted a month of my life. How to know when to say I love you first? I was never I can't remember with my first boyfriend, but with my second boyfriend and Toby, they both said I love you first. So, very big red flag. I am not joking. Are you ready for this? My second boyfriend literally told me he loved me before we got together as a couple. We'd known each other about a month and he told me he loved me. That is when that something should have clicked in my head and thought, unstable. Here's an 18-year-old boy telling me he loves me before even going out. That should have been my first time telltale sign. But no, I just thought, oh yes, someone loves me. But no. You just know when it feels right. Obviously it's so hard because I was in my first relationship when I was 14, and I know some people think, oh, 14, but it was serious. Like, we were dating for literally 2.5 years. And we just said it when we felt like it, you know? It just came natural. But I remember with Toby, so he said it, we'd been dating officially for 3 weeks, but we'd been, you know, it'd been months, sort of. But we'd only been boyfriend and girlfriend for 3 weeks, and we were in Mallorca. We went on holiday. And we were in the shower and he looked at me and he went, I love you. It was so romantic. Third time's the charm. They always say third's the lucky one. And yeah, oh, I love that memory. And I think we cried. It was proper like, it was like Cinderella. But I'd wanted to say it for a while. And I mean, I love so hard. And I feel like in this day and age, it's gonna be the boy saying it first. I know it's just such a ridiculous thing to say and think, but come on. Every time I hear of like, oh, when was the first time you said I love you? It's always like, oh, the boy did it. And I think that's just because of the way society is. But you know what? If you want to say it first, if you're a girl, go for it. Don't scare him. And also, try and get hints. So, be like, I don't know, maybe if you're of the age to drink and you do drink, maybe like get a bit tipsy one night. Be like, oh, what do you love? Or something like that. I don't know, like, they'll say it when they're ready, and if they don't ever say it, then they clearly, one, can't communicate, which is already, that you're at the finish line already, you're falling, the relationship's rubbish, just saying, you need communication. And I don't know, yeah, it feels right. First festival. So, I mean, I've only been to a few festivals, I can't lie. Nothing too crazy. I do really like them, however, I'm actually not that into music. So I am, but not new music, and I don't really listen to music. I prefer listening to things. I like learning constantly. I like listening to like podcasts. I have to be learning constantly. Even at the gym, I don't listen to music. I have podcast. But that being said, I really love festivals. I like live music and I like it being outside. Concerts freak me out a bit. Very hot, very sweaty, very inside. Festivals, it's lovely, you know, if you drink or don't drink. If you don't want to drink, don't drink. You know, you can get drink, you can get drunk, it's fun. I don't really have any tips. I mean, power bank. I'm acting like I've been to loads of festivals and camped. I haven't actually ever camped at a festival, which is pathetic. But we are festival last year. Oh, I got my phone stolen, by the way, there. So watch out for phone thieves. But we are festival. I stayed in a hotel because you couldn't camp, to be fair, that last year. And then I've only been to Reading Festival twice, and that's right near my boyfriend's house. And he'd done camping prior, and he said he's never doing it again. So I was like, fair enough. I am glad I haven't camped. I know people might think I'm boring, but all I've heard is bad things from people that have camped at festivals. Always moaning. I've never heard like, oh, it's so fun, or even if they do have fun, then most of it was horrible. But if you do camp, make sure your tent is actually working, because I've seen people that have put their tent up and then it's literally like broken or fallen because it's cheap, and then where are they supposed to sleep for the rest of the nights? Just make sure you have enough power banks. And also another tip, this is what my best friend Katie does. She makes a playlist like months in advance for the lineup. So like everyone that's playing at Reading that she wants to see, she'll put all like their songs, their most popular songs, and learn them. So then by the time when she goes to Reading and watches all these acts, then she literally knows all the words, which she warned me to do it last year because I didn't know any of the words last year to anybody. I was just there like, I didn't know any of the words. And she was like, right, Summer, next year you're doing it. So she made the playlist again. And I was like, right, I'm gonna learn them. Didn't learn them at all. And again, I was standing there like an idiot saying to everyone, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Honestly, I think people were getting really fed up. I mean, I still had fun, but yeah. And also, bring your own drinks if you have a weekend ticket, because bring enough, because they're so expensive. Also, they usually don't let you bring in glass bottles, so pour your beverages, alcoholic beverages, into plastic bottles. What to do if you're in love with a boy but he's addicted to drink and drugs? Wow, that is hard. I've never experienced that personally, but I am an expert in the area. Not an expert, but there's very close people to me that have been through it. I won't really go into detail that because that's their lives. But this is such a tough one, because there's only so much you can do to help someone. They have to help themselves. Like, they have to help themselves. You can try it, no matter how much you try, it's not going to help. They've got to help themselves. Usually relationships like this don't work out. If one of them is addicted to alcohol or drugs, it's not going to work out unless they recover. But you've got to let them recover on their own time. However, the people I'm going to talk about, so they got together very, very young, and he had a problem for a very long time, actually up until after a child, and then he got sorted out basically. So she stayed with him for years, over 10 years, married, even though she knew he had problems, and eventually he sorted himself out because he wanted to, not because she did anything. He eventually wanted to sort himself out. So if you want to stick through it and go through all that pain and agony, stick through it. But usually on these kind of things I'll be like, no, but because I know someone so close that's gone through that, to me it's just like, that's your call to make. That's your call. If they're not causing you any personal harm, but even if it's mentally harming you, get out. You can't be with an addict if he doesn't want to, or she doesn't want to help themselves. You just can't. It's not going to work. But being single when all your friends are taken. So, I mean, I don't have a group of friends, but I can imagine what it's like in a group of friends. Everyone's got their partners and you're just completely single. I would feel lonely. And I mean, my best friend Katie, I was coming out of a breakup with my second boyfriend, and even that felt so horrible to me. Like, I was happy for her, obviously, but it just felt so like, oh my god, because I was so lonely, and I would see her a lot, and seeing them two together, I'd be like, oh my god. Like, it is hard, and especially if all your friends have got a boyfriend, like, they're gonna be with them all the time, usually, and then you've just got like no one. But to be fair, you haven't got nobody. You got plenty of people. You're always gonna be their friend, yeah? What I always say is, you're gonna be at all them friends' weddings, probably. However, them boyfriends might not be, mightn't they? They might break up. They're not guaranteed to be at the wedding, but as the friend, you are. Well, probably. I hope so for your sake. Anyway, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. I know we didn't talk about too much, but I hope I did help you in some sort of way. I still want it to be too long. I will do a part 2, so make sure comment down things you want me to talk about in the second part. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope I helped you, and yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I love you all so much. Bye.